So for me personally as a chef, I think that the farmers market, especially since it's so close here, is really essential in understanding where the food comes from in our community, because all the people that are growing tend to be at the farmers markets, right? So it's a great way for chefs to find local vendors, to be able to have that at our fingertips to where we can work back and forth together and develop those relationships for the restaurants. I think is an amazing part of a chef's job. Local farmers are just as passionate as chefs about what they do, and that's their entire life. We're very lucky as chefs because we get to focus on anything we want. Farmers typically focus on under a dozen things. So if you can imagine having the creativity to create something new every single day, that's amazing. But imagine the passion that it takes to go out and do the exact same thing every day for however many years. That's what they focus on to get that superior product. So they're really the people that have the mark on the trade, and they really understand what they're doing and what they're growing, and if they're passionate about that, it only shines through in the product. Instead of it being the chef coming in and saying, I want you to grow this for me and this is what I want, and then maybe the next week changing something else. I try to step back out of my mind and decide what they're selling and what they're passionate about. From a community standpoint, I think the farmers market is a great way for people to again understand where the food around them comes from, and obviously supporting someone who's local only helps our local economy and our local businesses, and it just kind of that trickle up effect. You get that real sense of what's growing seasonally, because they're not going to have things from other places. It's what's here right now. I think we really do have a diverse for this town. Just recently I went to Santa Barbara and I went to the farmers market there, and obviously it's very different, but it wasn't. There was a lot of very familiar things. I found some really amazing similarities in the Bentonville Farmers Market and the Santa Barbara Farmers Market. So I would think that what Bentonville does really well is there's a good diverse type of products coming out of this area that are being grown very well by people who care about what's in the soil and how it's being grown. And that's the first step to having an amazing farmers market. Having farmers that are passionate about what they're growing, you'll see them sometimes have a very small amount of things. If that's what they're growing, that's what they have right then. And I think we've done a really good job at having the right people in place and encouraging and helping grow those people.